Thanks, Shubs. Good evening to members of the media. Just to congratulate the team. Very proud of the players. Very, very happy that we won. A few things I didn't like about the performance, but okay. In retrospect, with the number of rotations, with a lot of the players that haven't played in a long time, with the turnover between the games and the lack of training time, I'm happy with the attitude, the energy, the spirit of brotherhood. I'm told when we scored, the entire group upstairs also was up and on their feet and celebrating, so very good. Happy with the never say die attitude, to keep trying and to keep trying. These type of games are very difficult, and even some of the big teams always struggle. You heard Man City with Pep against Arsenal, against the low block, so tough, and when it ended 0-0. And the solutions you have to find, but part of it is to be patient and to keep trying. Maybe we went too wide today, too wide. And you have all the possession, but when you go wide, the goalpost doesn't move and re-establish itself in a wide position, and then you have to come back inside. But I'm happy for that half-space cross. Is something that we've been working on, and it's good that Pizzo puts that ball in that area. Mendieta makes that run, and very proud of the effort of the players, proud of the substitutions, and the impact of the subs. Mapena was good. The Sibanku was good to see him. He was good. Mendieta was good. I'm very happy with the subs, happy with the performance. Nice to see Master V, Semi Siavi on the pitch also. He was good attitude, good energy. And now Mayema good. Mayema was very good. So very good. And I'm happy for Mendieta, to be honest. And I very seldom mention individuals, but I think he deserves special mention because his attitude has been very, very, it's been difficult for him. The adaptation, the language, injuries, but he gives me no problems. He fights, he trains well, he's got such a good attitude, and that's a good lesson for a lot of footballers out there, that the talking must be done on the pitch. And when you fight and you work hard, you've got good chances, and the universe supports you. So it was good to see the support of the universe on Mendieta, and happy with the result. We needed to win against a team that was not here to win, and those type of games are tough. But good, happy with the result, and we move on to the next one.
And you coach, questions on the floor?
Thanks, Shubs.
Thank you.
Coach Kotatso from Open Radio.
So, Kotatso.
Coach, how different did your answer change from the 90 minutes that we saw, perhaps from resetting? The game was not as end-to-end and action-packed. It was not as interesting as we normally see the Suns game. How much did your script change from what you're planning to say to us to what you're saying now with the victory?
No, I would have told you we can play better, and I still accept that the performance can be better, but I would have told you also that I'm very proud, because I said that at halftime and it was 0-0. I told them that they just have to keep going with the same energy, same attitude, and just keep trying. It's not easy. Not easy for a number of factors. We didn't have much time to prepare for the game. We only had two video sessions. We had a recovery session. We arrived Sunday morning. We did. We arrived Sunday morning, and already Monday we woke up. We had to report for camp, recovery and report to camp, and. But okay, that's the life we live, it's going to be like that now, every 2-3 days, up until the end of the season. So we got to get used to it, and the big teams, the big players, and this is the time. This time is not always about, this and that the details of the performance. Is actually about trying to make sure that we stay focused on the ultimate prize. These are games of consequence, and We would have loved to score a bit earlier. That would open the game up a little bit. But the longer it goes for 0-0, the deeper the block is, the less space you have. And then of course for the neutrals, it's just one team playing close to the goal there, and then clearances for Sanele Barnes and Sundwana to chase. And then of course it's not so entertaining for you guys that are watching. But it's difficult for us, the coaches, because if they get one behind, there's a mistake, there's a possibility of so you've got to stay switched on, alert all the time, and make zero mistakes, because that's the type of game it is. They wait for a mistake, they wait for a set piece maybe. So I'm happy with the players. We couldn't find enough spaces in between the lines, and that's also credit to Richardsbay and their defensive structure. And these games now, I anticipate that this is how the games are going to be. The next league games is Spurs. You know how Spurs will play. The next game again is Swallows. You know how Swallows will play. I don't expect Real AM to play too open, because they also somewhere there fighting for their lives. So the next couple of games, Tucks in the Nedbank Cup, will be probably a similar script: low block, counter-attack, set pieces. They won 1-0 today from a similar situation where they go wide, they cross, and they score. So that's going to be a lot of our lives where the teams are saying, not too open. If we get a draw, we are okay. And that's a win for most of the teams. So we have to keep trying, find solutions, work on these things. And even the game against Yanga, you saw in the last game, we went to Tanzania, but the block is low. They limit the space. You can't find the pockets. And when you can't find the pockets, there's not a lot of verticality, so it's horizontal, and then a little bit of that. But okay, it's important that we find possibilities to create more chances against low blocks, and of course even set pieces then become so important. But I'm happy with the result and happy with the scoreline, and I suppose. Moving into this time of the season, it's probably the most important thing.
Coach Kamkolo from Soccer.
Sure,
congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you, sir.
With all the changes being made today to the squad as a whole, I just wanted to understand, what are some of the struggles in trying to establish fluidity and continuity within the team, or starting 11 that doesn't really play that often and together to in the first place? What are some of those struggles?
Yeah, well, for sure, is the match dynamics. The training is completely different to the games. You have to keep the tempo. You've got to keep the intensity on the concentration. Without training, there's also intervals and water breaks so that we maintain the actions and the repetition of the actions. But in the game, it's 45 minutes, and you've got to be intense. You've got to be fully concentrated. And I thought today that was good. I thought even the spirit in the team, I liked that, and I didn't see dropped heads, dropped shoulders, which is something I've seen in the last few games. A little bit of that, but today was good. I didn't see much of that. Good attitude, good body language, and also supporting one another, And we knew it was going to be difficult, and we asked them to be good teammates to each other, because a lot of them haven't played, and that's why you even get a situation where Terence is cramping, and then of course you want to make a different change, but you've got to make something else, and I was happy because I've been doing this with Nemo Mahema a lot in the training sessions, playing him as an inverted left back, and coming inside, overloading, and coming back and defending. He's been doing very, very well, and he did that well today. So I was happy with his contribution after Terry had to go off. And Zuko also, he's been playing very well, but he came on, he tried. It's good to see Toby Mbala back. Toby's last game was in the AFCON. And he came. Obas is now growing in stature, believing a little bit more. Dennis, not a lot of game time, but superb. Zero mistakes, good leadership, even on set pieces with the organization. And then I'm happy for Pizzo. He's also been coming nicely. But yeah, okay, let's keep going. We have to build. Even Tash, he has to find the momentum. Sipo has to find the momentum. Esquivel has to find the momentum, and they need all our support and a few more minutes. But okay, it will come. We just have to give everybody the support we are giving them, and I'm sure the performances will improve. But the dynamics, of course, don't make it too easy, because you want momentum, you want regularity, you want to play with blink, with a blinder, with the eyes closed, and what movements each other is going to make, and in relation to the positions that one takes, and that's the game we play. It's a very dynamic game. That's positions are interrelated to each other, and the movements have to be dependent on each other. And then when you don't play together for a lot, it's very difficult to develop that chemistry. But I'm proud of the one fact that even at the beginning of the season, when we spoke about rotations and the results after the rotations, it's coming better. This season, and when we rotate, even though the performance is not as high, but I'm happy that we are still being able to get the results, and that makes me very proud.
Coach,
Mr. Matlati, sir.
I just want to check something here. How important is having Tambazwane, going forward, but in particular for the weekend? He's a big game player. I'm sure you missed him in Dar es Salaam and all that kind of thing. How important is he being available again? And also an update on Bongs?
Yeah. No, Tambazwane is Tambazwane. I speak a lot about Mshishi and his influence and his importance to this group. So that's good. But we need everybody, and that's the message I've been saying, and I'm happy that they're receiving this message and coming up with good performances. So that's also very, very good. It was good to see Lesiva also. And now, as I said, we need him now in these dying games and these moments. His attitude is good, and his body language is much better. So and the energy that he gives, because that's very important. You've got to give good energy to your teammates, and good energy to the coaches too, because we are also part of the team. And when you give good energy and you're coachable and you reciprocate the support that we give you, you make everyone's job a lot easier, and also you show respect not only to the club but to the supporters who know how important everybody is. So it's good to see. An update on Zungu. I think he'll be out for. He's got a hernia, but it's a little bit upper and towards the side. Something he's been struggling a little bit with, and the early prognosis is that he'll be out for about 4 weeks. Him and Musa Lebusa, which is a big blow for us. But fortunately, we're getting Toby back at a very important time, and we're getting Rushin also back, who was on the bench, and Brian Onyango is always reliable and ready. So we are okay, and how good was Ovas in that position today? It was amazing. So we should be okay. Hopefully we can get AB back also, because he gives us also a lot of options at centre back, left back, inverted left back, third midfielder. So the numbers are getting there, and AB should be back, but I think Bongs and Musa probably in the next 4 weeks, and maybe towards the end of the season, the last couple of weeks, they'll be back. Evening, kids.
You spoke of rotations even at the end of last season. You spoke about how you no longer want to just rotate, just to give players who are playing minutes, but you want to rotate but keep the same standard. One thing I observed today, if you look at the previous games, Richardsbay in the Nedbank Cup, you look at the Shiba game, you look at the game against Spurs, Sundowns always plays with a lot of bravery. But something I've observed today is that the players who maybe haven't been playing consistently, they tend to play a bit more safe. Sometimes you see a person lane, but they just don't want to make a mistake.
100%.
What do you do to to just get them over that hurdle?
It's difficult. They've got to win games, and their confidence and play. It's a very good observation, and I don't want to talk about it because it's something that I spoke to the coaches about on the bench. And that's why we had these safer passes that go to the sides. The space is more open. It's so tempting to go to the sides, and then I've got 100% pass rate, and I don't have mistakes. I don't have corrections because I know pass was intercepted. But these balls that come inside are so important, especially against low blocks, because even though it's not a successful pass, but it gives you even counter-pressing opportunities, and then those counter-pressing opportunities. Klopp always says a good counter-press is the best number 10. And sometimes you can even create a chance from just a good counter-pressing action where you regain the ball in and around the box after an interception. The same thing if you watch Roger Schmidt's teams, like all the way to Bayer Leverkusen, even Benfica, for an example. They play what they call these laser passes and these laser crosses that go into the defenders, and it becomes difficult for the defender to receive and control from a one touch. And after a heavy touch, the players are already there to pounce on it. But there's so many details on that, because then the body position and the orientation has to be in support of the pass. The distances and the positions have to be good so that you can recover the balls early and in time, because if they beat that situation and they come out, then they can create chances on transitions. But okay, I think it's normal for footballers to have these moments, and we just have to support them and show them these clips, show them these situations, and hopefully. And also it's the period of the season. There's so much at stake that nobody wants to be the guy that's turned over the ball and the ball ends up in the back of the net. So I have a bit of understanding of what it means to the players, and for sure when the players don't want to commit mistakes, you have to look at it in the positive more than the negative, to say they care a lot and they know what it means to the club. They care a lot to the supporters. They know what it means to the supporters, and they don't want to be the one that lets the club and the supporters down. So that's at least a positive, that the players are positive. They care, and they're showing good attitude and responsibility. But of course, you want more bravery, you want more courage, you want more risks, because risks equal progression. Progressions mean chances to score. And you saw it a lot today. When we can be a bit more aggressive and put the ball inside or play a forward pass, but we'd rather turn and go back and play safe. But we'll improve. This team will get better. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't maybe think about, is that the team will definitely get better, and with more training days, and the only way to improve is to train. But now we don't have. It's recovery video. There's not enough training sessions, but I'm proud of them, and that's the most important message I'd like to leave in this press conference, is that the coach is very proud of this group of players.
We'll take the last two questions.
Coach, just an observation. I'm sure you can give a general comment. I mean, we saw Bafana players.
Sundowns players.
Sundowns Bafana players.
They all play for Bafana.
Sundowns players, whichever way you want.
Sundowns players that play for Bafana, that represent Bafana. Yes, Sundowns players.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Traveling to link up with the rest of the teammates.
Yeah.
In Dar es Salaam, and flying in a private jet. But obviously, to an ordinary person, it appears as a flashy thing and stuff like that. But the reality of the situation is that you have to do stuff like that to meet the ambitions of what you are trying to achieve. It's not all flashy, spoiled footballers, but to get it right, this is the level at which you operate at. And you just want to comment on that, to say this is what has to happen if we are operating at the level where you guys are operating at.
No, my response is twofold. The first is it's done all over the world. In fact, what the teams are now doing is they collaborate. So you find Man City's South American players in the same flight as Liverpool's South American players, and they collaborate in chartered flights, private transportation that gets them as quickly back to the clubs as possible, because preparation time is so important. And with such a limited turnover, you've got to look for these type of means. And then it gives me that second aspect on answering your question is we have got to extend gratitude for the support we get from the football club and the Motsepe family, because these type of things is not always it costs money, and from the generosity of the family, our chairman is so supportive in these type of situations, and we've got to thank our chairman and the board and the leadership of the club for always extending a helping hand, and in fact it was coming from them. It wasn't even coming from me, so it was coming from the club to suggest it, and you've got to appreciate that they give you so much support, and they give the players so much support, and that's the most I can say. Whatever you do at Sundowns, you get judged, and there's always a comment. So I'd rather not speak about what the perception is, except focus on saying it's done worldwide by some of the big clubs, and also extend humble gratitude and words of thanks to the family and to the football club for the support that they give us.
Last question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.